So, word on the streets is that College Football 26 has officially gave us new details for Road to Glory. And on top of that, when I saw the deep dive for this, they also included some details for the Madden 26 Superstar mode. And if you know me, just know that I could care less about Madden 26 this year. So therefore, I'm not even going to bother touching that feature or that game in this specific video. I just see no point. Okay, that's just me though. But regardless of the case, guys, Road to Glory, this is the main talk of the town right now. And so I wanted to get this video out the way ASAP before it's too late. You know what I mean? I want to get this out the way as fast as possible. But anyways, man, what do they have to show for this year? So we all know that the 4 paths, or the 4 journeys as they call it, are going to be a thing. You know, being a 2-star player or a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, whatever. That's going to be in the game still. And I feel like most of us know at this point, if you've been keeping up with the news for this game recently, we have high school officially coming back this year. And, you know, for this to be implemented in the next gen college football game, this must mean something, especially to me, because I want to experience the high school journey or high school grind, just to go from a high school team to a college team, in which I haven't done in over a decade now. But since we're here on next gen, we now have that opportunity. So I cannot wait to see how that unfolds. And then on top of that, you know, you have the coach trust progression and the XP progression still. For this year, they now have a teammate grade or a grade system, in which I might have missed out on, because I thought to myself, oh wow, I wonder what that was on the screen, because I believe in the last trailer or the one before that one, there was like a certain HUD on the screen to where it would show your teammate grade. And so now that I'm looking at it in full detail during gameplay clips, I was like, oh wow, they have a full-on teammate grade this year now. And even though I don't think it was in last year's game, I don't think, because I know Madden as of late been having that they've been had that teammate grade feature for a while now. So College Football 26 is now getting that feature over here with the teammate grade and stuff like that. So that's going to be a small but new feature. And then they have the trophy room, in which, you know, not only is that going to be a thing for Dynasty, but also for Road to Glory as well, I believe. So therefore, the trophy room could be an interesting feature. Again, a small new addition, but an interesting one, at least to me, right? And speaking of high school, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they have drive goals apparently, to where they're like objectives, for lack of a better term, to where depending on the position you play, if you want to get a starter position and whatnot, you have to like go up against this rival on the other team or whatever. It's like a certain objective feature to where you complete a challenge, and if you do that said challenge, you get a ranking upgrade, and then that will boost your opportunity to become a top level prospect. So I feel like that's one of the major highlights from this deep dive, at least to me this time around. So I like the fact that they're now giving you a bit more things to do in order to, like, you know, really progress your player into becoming a top priority prospect, if that makes sense. So yeah, next thing you know, if you progress to high school, of course you get an offer from any college team that you choose. And this time around, I believe you get to choose at least 3 colleges to choose from as your major options, and whichever college out of those 3 teams you choose, you get that offer, and next thing you know, you are officially in that college team. So it's pretty self-explanatory at this point, am I right? Then speaking of coach trust, for some reason this year, the coach trust is a bit different, to where they now have different levels of coach happiness, or coach emotions as I will call them, because that's what they look like to me, just coach emotions. So depending on how you play, if you play well, the coach would be happy, but if you don't play well, the coach would be extra fed up. And if you play average, the coach would then feel sort of in between. You know, it gets to a point to where it feels like a morality system for the most part. So that's how I see it from this deep dive trailer. I'm not too entirely sure how this could affect the way your player plays for real. So yeah, that could be a hit or miss feature or improvement or addition to this feature within this mode? You know what? I don't even know. I don't want to care. Okay, so long story short, that's pretty much all the major info I can think of for right now as far as the Road to Glory thing. And of course, you can transfer your player from college football to Madden so he could go to the NFL. And again, I'm not going to waste my time too much because you guys know how I feel about Madden this time around. No matter what I come across, no matter what I do, no matter how many times I try to give this franchise a single chance, a fair chance, by the way, it feels like every time I play a Madden game, it feels like I've played them all, especially in the generation of consoles that we are in right now. It's nothing short of disappointment every other year. But anyways, that's going to be a different story by itself with its own video. Probably not, but you get the idea. So anyways, long story short, Road to Glory, that's pretty much all the major things I have to explain about what's coming for this year. To be fair, like, that's all the stuff that I can at least remember from memory, because there was just so many things that they showed in the trailer I might not remember it all at once, so therefore I'm only explaining the stuff that I can remember from memory, so just keep that in mind. But regardless of the case, Road to Glory this year, I mean, so far from what I'm seeing, we have gotten a select couple of new additions to this mode, but other than that, there wasn't really that many big additions or big changes this time around, at least in my opinion. But I can't really say for sure because I have yet to play the game. That's a fact, right? But still, I just hope with my fingers crossed that EA should at least fix a couple of issues that I've mentioned before in my wish list video for this very installment to improve on, okay? And I hope those improvements come in handy this year, even though I doubt half of those improvements would even work, since we all know it's EA at the end of the day. Like, it's nothing new, but we shall see. But until then, I hope you guys have a very safe and blessed weekend. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications. Apologies for sounding a bit bored. It's just that I don't have as much energy as I normally would for this video. But anyways, stay safe, stay blessed. I'm out of here.